Asianet Newsable, all three of you. It's really lovely meeting you three. And first of all, congratulations on the great reviews that A Thursday has been receiving. And I'm sure it's going to do even better as day passes and more people watch it. So, just to begin with the interview, Behzad, let's start with you. If you could tell us about the concept that you had in mind while filming and why this topic.
So the thing is that I always had an idea, which is, a female teacher taking her children hostage. It started there as an intriguing point because normally we always see hostage taker as men. So that was the seed. And then why would she do that? What will happen? Will the police get affected? Will the city get affected? Will it turn into chief minister? Then we said, yeah, it's a movie. Let's call the prime minister. And then let's see what happens. So after that, we needed to figure out what would be so important that a prime minister would actually respond. And what does, in this case, Naina Jaiswal want to say? So that was the seed. And then we started obviously reasoning and we got down to a topic I think that has plagued our country for years. So I think it was very important to put that out there.
When you were doing this film, were you already, you had the names clear in your mind as to whom you had to cast, or you just went as and about, because you have a great cast lineup there. There's Dimple ma'am, there's Yami, Neha, Atul, Kulkarni. So what was the idea of casting them?
I think each one comes with a unique value. So I think Neha actually was suggested by one of my creative producers, saying Pash, and then I realized that Neha is tough. As in her personality is also tough. I mean, I didn't know her much before this film. I just knew her from what I saw on TV or the internet. With Yami, I think it was the simplest thing that you take the absolute girl next door and then turn it on the head. So I think that has created shockwaves. That Yami Gautam is doing something like this. Atul sir just fits. Atul sir is just, I think he can fit into any role. And Dimple ma'am I've known from before. I thought she would be a great cast as the Prime Minister. She has that authority. So I think they all just fell into place correctly. And then Neha went and got pregnant and just elevated the character to another level.
Okay. You also have 16 kids who worked with you in this film. So, working with one child is different and working with 16 together. How was that experience? And did they drive you crazy throughout the shooting hours?
Beautiful trauma. Beautiful trauma. No, but they were great. Of course, they're kids. Like if one wants to go wee, suddenly 12 want to go wee. If one wants sandwiches, then everybody wants sandwiches. So I think just managing that was tough. But I think the first couple of days were tough. But once they got on with everybody, they got comfortable with me, with the DOP, then eventually with Yami, then she was being told all their problems. That I have a stomach pain, my head is hurting, my daddy is coming next week. So then Naina teacher had to deal with all of them.
Yami, how was your experience of filming with the kids?
I think Behzad's spoken for me. It's and anyone who has kids, they know. One kid is that's Neha is she's put it very correctly. One child is equivalent of 10 kids. So we are 160 kids by that logic, and they're such a crucial, integral part of the film. But you have got to really take care of them, while shooting, in the sense that we know what we were getting into. We know the subject. We know how intense everything was. But it shouldn't get them anywhere. They should still feel excited to come every day to shoot, where they're well fed, they're well rested, they get to play, because they are part of the film. But I have to give it to Behzad and the team for really organizing it really well. We were also in the middle of the pandemic. But to make sure they're safe, to make sure that certain scenes are filmed separately for their reactions, and we don't shoot it together. But yeah, the kids are kids. They're unpredictable. They're cute. There were moments where I really wanted to just be by myself, and they would get that. Let's just give her 2 minutes of of that being in the corner, and then just bombard her with all the problems and questions and 1,000 things that they want to tell you. But it's also, the cutest feeling when even if you don't talk to them, just listen and watch them talk. It's just can really reduce whatever was going on inside me or around me, or while filming this film, and really work for me as a little soothing balm.
Mhm. Behzad, this comes off, you have three female actors playing the lead characters here. So, did you really thought of making an all women kind of a film, or it just happened?
No, no. On the from the outset, it was we will have the characters this way. There was a huge contemplation about the prime minister, whether being a male or a female, and nothing to do with current politics or anything in mind. We just went with the female angle because we knew what the ending of the film is.
Mhm.
So a woman telling another woman. Actually, a very senior actor messaged me. I won't take his name. He said that he had told me that don't go with the female, go with the male prime minister. After he saw the trailer, he messaged me that girl versus woman now sounds kick-ass.
Mhm.
So I think that just helped in that place. And those moments where Dimple ji says that I'm a woman, I understand. Versus Naina saying that, yeah, but do you know what it feels like? All these little things just added to both women character more than anything.
Neha and Yami, I have a question to you, which is related to the same. How do you think has the film experience changed over the years in terms of women actors? Because there are a lot of especially with OTT, there are a lot of films, there are a lot of series that are coming up with which have women-centric roles, women-centric series. Sorry, scripts. So how do you take this? Has it changed? Is it better for women actors these days?
You wanna go ahead, Neha? You can. Neha?
Sure. Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks, Yami. I feel it has changed. It's changed in your question as well, right? Because you're kind of partially answering the question as well. Like, because if you've seen their series made and all of that, we were doing a whole spat of interviews, and Yami and me were literally counting the kind of releases that there have been since the beginning of the year. So whether it's keeping aside how films have done, let's just talk basis on how films and projects are starting to be put together. So whether there's Geraiya, or whether there's Loop Lapeta, whether there's Thursday, or whether there's Gangubai, you can literally see, or Badai though, it's very centered around the two women in the film as well. So a lot has changed. When you're putting pen to paper, it's not let's do something different, let's cast the woman as the main lead. It's now let's just make a great film and cast whoever fits in perfectly. So at the level of writing, it's become very gender neutral, or almost getting there. And more female centric films, and I don't like using that, and more great films have female leads, which kind of reinforces, for me, the past 2-3 films that I've done, so whether it's Thursday, or whether it's even a short film like Devi or Tumhari Sullu or Ila. I mean, Ila didn't see that much success at the box office, but still, they were all centered around, women, and there's a lot of weightage given there. Things have changed, things are changing, and I feel that before you know it, it's just going to be great scripts, and great actors are going to be cast in it. And that's why more than a decade ago, this battle of actor-actress was won long ago by the industry.
Mhm. And Yami, what is your take on this? Do you think that OTT has changed this scenario somewhere?
We've had a Mother India in the past as well, in the times when this conversation was probably might not be even there. But actually, if you look back, and there are certain, I love revisiting some interviews of actresses who've made their own mark, at that time, and we still talk about. At least actors like myself, we really look up to them. Be it your 50s eras or 60s, 70s, even the 80s and 90s, and so on and so forth. We've had some actors who've really left a very, very strong impression. Every generation every decade brings a change within itself, and this is a structure. This has been going on since ages, so it won't happen just overnight. But the good part is there's a conversation. There's a conversation, and there's awareness of not just female actors leading the film, but also good substantial roles being written for female actors, even if you're not leading it, or whatever you're doing, be it an out-and-out commercial film, be it a film like a Thursday or anything. you need to be respected for that. There needs to be dignity of work. There needs to be equality and dignity. I think for me that's very important. And when a film like this, and yes, with OTT, there's been an influx of a lot of work. There are a lot of opportunities. We see a lot of shows because you don't, for the lack of a better word, you don't feel the pressure of the box office. But I don't think that that's the only aim. The aim is that they need to be good roles, they need to be good stories, they need to be good directors, good actors, good films or series, whatever you're doing, put out there, which does well even at the box office. And we've had actresses who have proved their mettle at the box office also with the kind of films we've seen that. So that is what I think it needs to reach more and more. Like, I feel really happy when any contemporary of mine, they come up with a film and it does well, or it's a nice film, and because it creates more opportunities for a lot more actors. And I think we need to celebrate that. We need to really constantly move in this direction where it doesn't just belong to your box office, or your economical structure is not just based only on certain names, or if you want trying to say a certain gender. I think it's 2022, then it really it is, at least I say, slow and steadily moving in the direction where it's very progressive.
Mm-hmm. Yami, you started off with Vicky Donor, then you've done a variety of roles, including Sarkar, including Uri, and now this. So how do you map your journey throughout? And the graph of your characters, the way you've been impressing everyone with your acting skills, how do you see that? And also, has there been you have a personal critique who comes and tells you about after every film that maybe this is something you could have done better, or something on those lines?
If I have to draw a map, I think it's going to be an amoeba. It's an amoebic figure that I have in my mind, because as an actor, like how Behzad said, that you put Girl Next Door, like Yami, in a role like a Thursday, and just that is what created the shockwaves. Or be it Bala, where it was an out and out, she was drama, she was TikToker and influencer and all those things. So where you don't expect, that is what, to quote unquote people, you don't expect me to pull off a comedy or a role like that. So I think that's my idea of creating space for myself, where you do not recognize me with any image. You don't recognize me that, oh, this is what we feel she should do or she should not do. Can she not? I should be able to surprise you with as many diverse roles and stories as possible. And that's my job as an actor. And I think with each film, the idea is to grow. The idea is to nurture. The idea is to do better than what you've done and move on. Talking of personal critique, yes, I have my parents. That's been there since forever. Like, even for an ad shoot, I remember those catalog shoots and all those days. Everything used to be shared with my parents. This is what I'm doing. Acha, ye isme beta tumhare na ye something funny he'll say, or there'll always be a very healthy discussion, and I think that's very important. And I'm very close to my family, and for me, everything that I do, it has to run past them, and we've all been on the same page. It's never happened that they've said, like, they loved the script. When they loved the Red Vicky Donor script, they loved it and said, oh my God, this is just something so out of the box, and we're so glad that you cracked the audition. So till a Thursday. So I think that's important, that you can't just have yes people around. You can't just have people pleasing you around. Of course, what's good is good, but there should always be a genuine critical evaluation of your own work, and that's I think that's how you grow.
Neha, when you were shooting for this film, you were pregnant with your second baby, and in this film also, your character is basically of a cop on duty while she's pregnant. So how was it? How was the whole experience of filming while you were pregnant, and how do you think you're changing that scenario for other women to know that it's absolutely okay, because women are working, women have always been working while they were pregnant, but putting that out loud and clear, how does that feel?
I think it helped in a big way, also, Divya, when you work in a film and you take this was a big step, right? And then it could have gone either way. I feel like not even a huge pat, whatever is bigger than a pat on his back. It's all Behzad. I mean, it takes a lot he's not even, they say that, okay, like, women, there's a big hashtag that says women support women, and I swear by that. But then when you have like good men like him or Pashan or Ronnie, and, they come forward and they're sensitive towards what you're going through. And I'm not saying this with any sort of, I'm not being snobbish or pompous about it, but you only know what it's like to be pregnant when you are pregnant. There's no other way you'll ever find out. And you only know how when you're so, I'm very fond of what I do. And, I'd had one baby, I came back, I started working. And I say this with a lump in my heart. I got fired from lots of projects because I told them that, hey, I'm pregnant. Can you work around it? Can you maneuver it? And I feel somewhere it was doable. And it's a convenient route for a director to say that, hey, you're pregnant and we'll work on it some other time. But you deal with it. Like, and Yami would know this because as an actor, when you make up your mind, you're excited to work on a project, and boom, they say that you're not a part of it.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I get that.
It's hard. It's very hard. And then you have a whole bunch of emotions that are running by. Because I'd also come back from a place where for almost a year and a half, I'd not worked because I was pregnant before. Now, the reason why I'm like giving this entire explanation or the long explanation is because, here's a man who literally held my hand through it. He said, there's nothing to worry. He didn't bat an eyelid. And he took the long and the hard route because reworking, reshooting, there were bits he had to rewrite, and he did it. And I tip my hat off to him and the team to like let me be a part of it. And was it tough? It was very tough. But did I enjoy it and would I want it any other way? Not at all. Not at all.
Do you think that, what you've done, what Behzad has done with this, you think that this will change somewhere the scene in sense that more actors would come up? If they're,
Yes.
They start filming when they're pregnant and they don't have to go on that break and they can continue working.
Yes, I see Yami doing Friday or Saturday or whichever day it is when she's pregnant and not shying away from it.
Absolutely.
Joking, but
no, but my mom asked me, my sister asked me, like, she was really pregnant for sure. I said, yeah, she was really. How? I mean, I think what she said is right. Only when you're pregnant, only then you would know what you must be going through. And I'm sure to shoot through the rains, we know even if you're even if you're not pregnant, but to shoot in the rain is always it's a mess. For that one frame, even for that one take, I can't tell you. You have to think twice to go back to your van. No, you don't want to dry yourself because again, there's a continuity of 1,000 things, and but for you to be able to do that in your pregnancy, I mean that's really it takes a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure, and the way she's carried it, I think it's incredible.
And that too 15 days in the rain.
No, but I feel like to a large extent,
I'm glad you couldn't catch me.
And I was almost like to a point where I was like, listen, why can't I just be inside, like negotiating with her, and so that I'm dry? Like, can we just change that? And he's like, abhi bahut ho gaya, bahut change kar diya teri liye maine. But I think that somewhere to a great extent, the success of the film will also open one small little speck in the film industry where, from this point on, even if 2 more women are cast when they're pregnant, and then those 2 will, lead to another 4 more, that something will open up. And I know for a fact that, a year from now or 2 years from now, you'll be talking to someone else, drawing comparisons from what we did. And it was all started by Behzad. So, thank you, Bez.
Mm-hmm. Behzad, could you give us your perspective on this, your take, like what went behind your the thought that you had?
So I think it was during the second lockdown when we had to stop filming. And I think a month and a half in, Neha calls me saying, listen, come home. I want to talk to you about something. I thought something's wrong and she wants to quit the film. So in my head, I'm thinking, no, it's not a good scene. So I went home and then she told me, listen, I'm pregnant. So I think for 30 seconds, there was just silence. And then she goes, will you say something? I said, 1 second, I'm just trying to change the script in my head. And then we changed it. And I think after that, somewhere the character just went through the roof. Because she was pregnant, the performance changed, the breathing changed, the walking changed, everything changed. And today, I mean, when you're reading Twitter and Instagram, there's so many people loving her performance. So somewhere we have to thank Angad Bedi for it.
Next question.
Lovely.
No, but yeah. So, but my point is, she's nailed it. Yeah, and what a sport to stay in the rain. Like she'll tell me, listen, I have to go to the bathroom. I said, Neha, one shot. She's like, there's a child on my bladder. I have to go. I'm like, okay, go. So like that, and then Yami went and got married.
Are you sure you said
Same
okay,
time.
go, or you said sun is going down? Just hold on.
Hold on.
So I was like, yeah, my sun is also going down. Hold.
Yeah. So then my first date, he would keep marking the time. He would say, listen, 20 minutes ho gaya. She's gone to the van. So then I would immediately check Instagram. If there is some post or some story, I said, yeah, just go wee and come back. Yeah. Don't. But yeah, she's a sport. Yeah. I mean, it was, I think it was damn tough on her because some certain days you would see discomfort on somebody's face. But she always just powered through it and said, no, come on, let's do it. So, too good. Yeah. It was just fun shooting in the rain with her.
Neha and Yami, if you could quickly just tell us about your Sunday routine. Like, what do you guys do on a Sunday? How do you, relax yourselves or things that you like to eat? Just quickly.
I would also like to know where is this Sunday, where I can relax and do whatever I want.
Which Sunday?
I've not met this Sunday in a long time. So,
But isn't that good? You're busy with so much work.
yeah, I am. But Divya, honestly, it feels good. But you need a little breather for yourself. You need a little time to recalibrate your system, especially with the last year, with the way it went for me. Professionally, yes, great. I mean, hopefully, we just started rolling out these releases, and I think couldn't have been better than with a Thursday. But I think it's still a human mind at the end of the day, although it is as good as you can condition it. But you need a little, I think, breather to, to just rejuvenate yourself. It's not about just pampering yourself or anything. I think once in a while, it's just nice to just be that, what do you call, couch potato or something like that? Yeah, I would want that one day to myself soon. So yeah, this is what I do. My fun time is this only, that, just like 10 minutes quick chat with my family, or 15 minutes, or watch something good, watch something nice. And yeah, reading is usually, that's when it happens on the flight. But otherwise, yeah, if I'm not doing anything, just watch. When I watch something nice, I think I feel very, very happy.
Neha, your Sunday routine.
I've got 2 children, so waking up late would be a good thing. And then our daughter loves animals, so we take her to the horses. Now we've also got our son, so kind of take him there. We try and make one day between Angad's care. We may not necessarily be working through the week, but we just have a mismatch as far as days of work are concerned. So we try and see as much as we can be together. And yeah, that's it. Like, just do nothing. There's a certain sense of nothingness. My daughter knows Sunday because she gets 1 scoop of ice cream. That's sugar. So we all go to an ice cream parlor and watch her eat and spill ice cream. That's our Sunday routine, because none of us eat sugar apart from her.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
Thank you
you
for joining us at Asianet.
Thank you,
Newsable.
Divya.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you so much.
If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel.